gonna post a bunch of videos here in a second of me in the hospital. But yesterday I had a bit of an accident and I broke my leg on Tash, but it's not his fault. It's really not anybody's fault. But the day before, we, just one person and I went on a trail ride, Lisa and I, and we both had horses that didn't really want to go in the lake, so they got their front feet in, and that was good. We just left it to them, and then we went on. Well, yesterday we went out, and we had a big group, and my friend's horse was in front of me, and her horse likes the water, so she went right into the water. Well, Tash, he's timid about stuff, but then when he decides to do it, he does it, and he oh, I know you want attention, and she's so spoiled. And then he, he overkills big time, and so what happened was he sniffed the water, and I was like, oh cool, he's just gonna go right into it. Well, he picked his head up and he full body launched himself into the water and got himself pretty damn far, but he launched himself again once he was in the water. He thought he was gonna be swimming across the lake or some crap. Well, he hit the end of the boat launch, which is it's sandy for just a very short ways, and then it turns into mud. None of the horses ever really get brave enough to feel the need to go that far. Well, he launched right into that, so the water is shallow, and it goes deep where the sand is, and then it goes shallow, and then there's mud. Well, he sunk in the deep part, and then he swam into the muck, and then he can't swim in the muck, so the muck's getting his feet and stuff, and it's tripping him up, and it scared him. So he turned around and starts launching himself back out of the water the same way he went in somehow. I don't know. He's an Arabian. He just figured it out. I don't know. He's athletic, and I tightened the saddle. I checked it literally 5 times before we left and tightened it, but the force of the water hitting the saddle, because I was underwater, up to my waist underwater on him, and I didn't think to jump off of him because I was trying to help him work through this, and I didn't want to be under the water while he's flailing around, and so I stayed on him, but the force of the water hitting the saddle pulled it back, and then he hit dry ground, and he bolted, and that pushed the saddle back even more, so the saddle was on his butt, and the girth was around his loin area, and that's where a bucking strap goes on a bronc. He started bucking, and he didn't mean to, it's just he was scared. And he bucked, and then, as he's running, so, it was pretty forceful, and because I'm on his butt, I feel it a lot more than I would if I was up where I was supposed to. So, he bucked past my friend, and everybody else was either right up next to the lake, or they were up, along the fence. So, I knew I was safe to bail where I was at. Well, I bailed off, and the only option I had to bail off by was kind of land on my feet almost. I couldn't really bail off any other way. I couldn't tuck and roll like I usually do and save my butt, and just get back up and be fine. Well, usually landing on my feet's okay. Well, I landed on my feet, and I broke my leg because it was uneven, and I knew the second I landed, I broke my leg, or at least my ankle. I thought I broke my ankle because of the location, but I broke my leg. I hit the ground and then the forest, because he was going pretty fast. The forest had me, I sat down, like, because of the force, and my legs came up like this, and I looked up and I could see them, and I know my feet were in my boots all the way, but my boot was like this on my foot, like all crooked like that, and I knew immediately. I just yelled out, "My ankle's broken," and before the adrenaline wore off, I quick pulled my leg to me and grabbed my boot, and I ripped my boot off because I didn't want it to swell in my boot, and I didn't want them to have to cut my boot, because, you know, granted, those are pretty expensive boots, and I really liked them. The jeans I was wearing were whatever, and unfortunately they had to cut a sock too. My favorite camo socks. But anyways, yeah, my ankle was all jacked up. You could, like, it was like from a horror movie, other than, like, the bone sticking out. The bone wasn't sticking out, but it was close. It was, I have x-rays that I'll probably post up, but, or one x-ray that's actually good. But it was really terrible to look at, and, my friend was next to me immediately, and she helped me out, and she held me there, and I was just screaming some choice words, and my other friend Lisa, she got my attention, and she went and got Tash for me and brought him back to the barn so that he would be okay. He was alright. She was going to get on him for me to make sure that he's totally fine, and, yeah, so my legs broke. I was supposed to have surgery on it yesterday, but they came into my room and said, good news, it popped back in right where it needed to, and you should be set to go home. You don't need surgery. It's gonna heal up fine. It was such a clean break, which is great news. Unfortunately, it was the day before I was supposed to fly out to Colorado. I was moving out west to train horses, and so while I'm laying there with my leg broken at the boat launch waiting for an ambulance, as excruciating as it was, I cried more because I screwed up that chance. So it sucks really, really, really bad. But I talked to the barn owner out in Colorado, and she's understanding and still wants me. So after I am good to go, she still wants me out there, but it sucks so bad the day before, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna upload a couple videos of me in the hospital, including a video of me when I was off pain meds. I fell asleep and they didn't want to wake me up to give me my pain meds. So, I woke up in the middle of the night without pain meds, and just to give you an idea of how much this freaking hurts, I broke both the bones in my leg, you know, just to give you an idea how much this freaking hurts. I had the guy in the ambulance, you know, say that I'm actually handling it pretty well for being as tiny as I am. He said he's got some big tattooed guys that go in there and cry more than I did, so I opted for screaming and swearing. But, he actually checked on me the last day I was there, and, that meant a lot to me, so, yeah, I'm gonna post a couple of videos, and the one is pretty, like, oh my god, because it's hard for me to watch, and it's me in the video, so, yeah, I'm at home, I'm kind of comfortable-ish, not a whole lot, because I'd really like to walk around and just use my leg like normal, but no big deal. I'm thinking when I start feeling just a little bit better and it doesn't feel like somebody's taking a lighter to my toes every time I get up, I'm gonna go and at least spend a little time with Jasper and see him, because I know he won't hurt me. So, yeah, there's a pretty long update as to what happened. It sucks badly, but it is what it is, and I figured you guys would like to know that if you don't see, like, any videos, that is why. So, yeah. Whoop-de-doo. I will probably keep you updated on the leg thing in the meantime, so keep a lookout.